we tend to always view people, like successful people, as they have some element that you're born with and only they can do it, where we're all born with different elements. It's only a matter of what you're doing to make up for the elements that you're missing. Like, so you have some people that are very naturally gifted, but they might not have work ethic. And then you have people that are not naturally gifted and they have more work ethic because they got to make up for their lack of talent. And then if you can have somebody that has both, that's where you get like the Sanchez and the Mayweathers and that, because they have both those elements where, you tend to either have one or the other. And usually when somebody has one, they don't focus on the rest. So it's really just a matter of what you're willing to do, what you're willing to go through, and what you're willing to give up in order to be successful. And the path is different for all of us. So it's so easy to say, well, yeah, but you don't have to deal with this. You don't have to deal with this. But anybody can say that. I could say that to you, just like you could say that to me. Those elements aren't meaningful. Just because this happens doesn't mean you can't be successful. If you go back, this is why I really love to read people's biographies and autobiographies, because we always see the end of the path, the success, but we don't see what people had to go through to get there. And if you actually go back and learn about people's stories and their histories, you see how impossible it was, how much they had to face, how much they had to overcome, even if you view them as, oh, well, they were just gifted, they were just lucky, they just had the right look, they were born in the right place. And when you really learn about it, you're like, oh my gosh, like you can't even imagine what that person went through in order to be successful. Even if they were born with every element you could possibly want, like that alone doesn't equate to success. We all have a test that we have to face. My buddy Eddie always had a good saying. It was, everybody's got to pay their dues, but you never know what dues you're going to have to pay and when they're coming up. So we always view somebody else's, be like, oh, I could pay those dues. Be like, yeah, you could, but your dues are going to be the things you don't want to give up, the things you don't want to go through. And that's what I think we fail to recognize a lot. We look at somebody else's struggle and it might seem easy for us. Like, oh, all you had to do was work hard, or all you had to do was face this fear of public or whatever. But it's usually the things you don't want to deal with, the things you don't want to face, and the things you don't want to give up that you have to do in order to be successful. Rarely it's the stuff you want to do, or the stuff that you're good at. It's usually the things you're terrible at. That if you want to really do something, it's probably going to be the hardest thing ever, because it's not something maybe you're naturally inclined to.
Thanks for listening. If you found this valuable, please like, subscribe, and share with someone else it could help too. Please give the podcast a review or comment below. We'd love to hear from you. As always, you can visit heatrick.com for more Muay Thai performance podcasts, videos, articles, and guides. Catch you next time.